Hi, guys. Welcome back to Marantz. Rantz, plenty of good information, a little bit of motivation, a whole lot of truth, no financial advice. This is a one-take session. No edits, no cuts about GameStop, the earnings report coming out. Quarter one earnings report is going to be coming out on Tuesday after hours. Now, I want to explain to you this breakdown because I read an article, and the article was telling me that GameStop's going to come in at $761 million. So I started doing the math, and I was like, hey, that's not a bad number. But then they also said 4 cents a share, and I'm like, that's not a bad number either. And I'll explain why it's all positive right now for GameStop versus last year, of course. You know, last year, this same quarter, just so that I can look it up for you and show you, I don't have it on your screen, but I have it on mine. This same quarter last year, GameStop lost $50 million operationally, and after interest, they lost $32 million for the quarter. Oh, what a day. They actually see it swinging over, and that would be a $50 million swing on profit itself if we come in at 4 cents. But we'll talk about it, okay? I love the number that Wall Street's giving GameStop, and then we'll go from there. But they're wrong. Even they're wrong, okay? So here we go. So right now, quarter one last year, GameStop came in at $881 million worth of sales versus the 4,169 stores. On average, it's around 211 per store. Now, I'm not factoring in online because GameStop doesn't break up online. They don't tell you how much is online versus in-store. Fine by me. I don't mind. But SG&A, $295 last year versus the 4,169 stores. It's about $70,000 per store on average. To give you an example, quarter four, Christmas, they were doing $89,000, so $19,000 extra. Now that they have less stores, let's go ahead and calculate what GameStop will be doing with less stores. We'll do it right now. So they have 3,010 stores on the $761 million quarter one is being estimated at. That comes out around $252. To challenge it versus last year, to compare it, you're around $40,000 more per store. Divide that by the 3 months, you're looking at around $13,000 more per store per month. Great numbers. Make it always a smaller number. Take that $13,000, divide that by 4 weeks, and that'll tell you, you know what, we got an extra $3,000 per week in sales. Would that be Pokemon? Would that be, collectibles? Would that be even anything? Anything. It doesn't matter. Certainly for this quarter coming up, quarter two that we're in right now, that Nintendo Switch is going to kill the number. But I'll just leave it where it's at. We're just going to keep having this conversation. SG&A. Now that we averaged $70,000 last year per store, I'm going to go with quarter four. I'm going to go with the worst possible number possible, which is $89,000 per store, right? I know that was Christmas time, but now let's just factor in 80. Why not call it 90? It wouldn't matter. That's $267 million of SG&A. Now, GameStop cut out all of Canada, half of Europe stores, and Italy, everything. They did it all, right? So, and Italy is part of Europe, I'm aware. But I'm telling you, $267 million on the high side of SG&A. The low side would be $213 million, somewhere in that range. Low side. But right now, 267 is the number I have. You're going to go ahead and take gross profit off that 761 that Wall Street says we're coming in off of. Take 30% of it as gross profit. Those are our margins right now. That's what we've been averaging for the last year. So I'm just going to stay on that margin. With the private label, with the other collectibles we're selling, the high profit margins are there. So 228 is what it looks like. Now you take that and you subtract the SG&A, and that leaves you with negative 38.7. Last year we were negative 50. But we also had interest to add on. When you add on the interest, we're at $55 million. And I know what people are going to say. These little Wall Street guys come out and they go, well, GameStop's operationally not profitable. And that's just not necessarily true. You're looking at it from a window. On a trailing 12 standpoint, they're looking really healthy. They have a plus of around $12 million operationally if these numbers hold up. But with the interest added on, $55 million, I'm ballparking. I'm not even taking into consideration the extra billion they have in the bank via the Bitcoin and the senior note offering. I'm not doing that. I'm just saying $55 million. Now, that comes out to $16.3 million. Wall Street says 4 cents, so that's going to give us 17.8. So Wall Street's dead on the money for what GameStop's going to do. But this is why GameStop wins. This is the surprise of a lifetime for Wall Street. And it's because as of December 14th, 15th of 2024, you now have to put on your income statement your Bitcoin plus or minus on projected earnings. And I know it's not there yet. And they're going to be like, well, what are you talking about? No, no, no. Unrealized gains has to be put onto your balance sheet as of this year. So guess what GameStop gets to include? To that $16.3 million number, GameStop gets to include $85 million worth of profit. And I'm assuming they made $18,000 a coin. That they're up $18,000 a coin as of the reporting date. So $100 million of profit no matter what. And what would that do? That would tell you that GameStop has made $230 million over the last 2 quarters. Almost $250 million. Massive numbers. And you could get all the way to $150 million if that SG&A is maxed out, like I told you, to 211, 213, depending. So we'll see exactly what it means for GameStop. I'm looking for $100 million. Wall Street's looking for $17 million. And we'll see what they announce on Bitcoin. Thanks again, guys. You're 2 days away after tonight. I'm about to go out right now. I just want to make this video. But I'm just letting you know. 3 days, 2 days, whatever it may be. But remember what it is, guys. It's GameStop or nothing. I buy the shares, I hold the shares, and I've been doing it for a very long time. This is our time. And for all you guys out there risking it all for a couple of extra bucks, well, lose my number. GameStop. Can't stop, won't stop, GameStop. I'm going to see you around, millionaires. Peace.